Hey y'all, look here. Valve covers, coil packs, front cover, air conditioning compressor, idler, alternator. Our motor is together. Don't have the intake on yet, but it is sitting there with that big old giant throttle body on it from Fast. We are ready to take it off of the engine stand. And then we have a project that I'm really nervous about, and that is getting what I hope will come out fairly easy. This right here has to come out because we've got to get our pilot bearing in there for our Silver Sport. That's my next project. Then we'll move on to what are we going to do to get the bell housing centered up. Back of the engine, motor's done. Hope it runs and runs for a long time. Junkyard hemi build. So there are times when you got to do stuff. Oh, I can't hear myself. Probably talking really loud. There are times when you have to do stuff that maybe is not the smartest thing to do. We all do it, especially when we're working out in the shop. And you just got to get medieval with stuff every now and then. So there you can see where I did some serious grinding on both sides of this pilot bushing. Had to get with it. Taped everything up real good. Exhaust side, intake side. I couldn't get this thing out of here. I Googled, YouTubed. You see, use grease, use bread. Well, the hole was so big, I didn't have anything that would fit that. So, break out the die grinder and get with it, because this is what's got to go back in there. This has a bearing in the center, which will allow the input shaft of the transmission to go in there, spin real freely. Not even sure if you can see that, but this is a piece that come from Silver Sport. Got bearings in it. That will go back in there. Keeps the transmission output shaft centered with the crankshaft, which also goes back to why we've got to do the alignment on the bell housing so that all that stuff is centered up. Back to work. Well, I've made the decision to obviously pull the transmission, and this is the very first time I have used this transmission jack. It makes it pretty dang easy, I gotta tell the truth. So that came from the folks at BenPack when I ordered everything. It's really pretty cool. I have never used a transmission jack at all. Pretty simple. I've seen people put straps and different things. This actually has a chain. I didn't even tighten it up. Transmission sets on there real nice, but you can take and tighten it up, pull the chain tight, but I don't know. You just kind of match the angle that I had it up in there, and boom, out she came. Now we gotta let it down, roll it out, start getting our bell housing lined up and ready to go. Well, I got ahead of myself. So I just put our pilot bearing in, and what I've been doing for the last little while is this plate, which is supplied by Silver Sport, fits to the back of your bell housing. You put a dial indicator on the back of the crankshaft, a magnetic dial indicator, and you rotate the engine around with the dial indicator on this. You make a 0, you find the high spot, which in this case is here, and then you know what the run out is. That's how that works, and you need to be less than 5 thousandths. And now it is time to get with the clutch. I'm gonna try to be a little more diligent and let you follow along in this process, because this McLeod clutch is a dual disc clutch. It's a pretty neat piece. I'm gonna start assembling. Okay folks, so disc 1. So we've come with a little tool that comes with the McLeod kit. You simply slide it into the pilot bearing. That is disc 1. Then we install what is known as the floater. That's coming up. Okay, so I put the floater in there. We'll pull this out. So here's disc number 2. That is the floater. Just gonna line these all up, push it all back in. And now we get to put the pressure plate on. We are making progress. So if you've watched any of the racing videos, if there's one thing y'all know you get with me, it's the honest truth. So about had the transmission put together, and again, work by myself all the time, so you figure out how to use what you got to make it work. Got the transmission slid up there. Think I'm ready to bolt it up. Then I realized that with QuickTime bell housing, which is SFI approved, you can't get in there. You've got a line that goes from your hydraulic throwout bearing that comes out here. So guess what? You can do it right, or you could do it twice. And that's a line from Mike Clover's grandmother that I use all the time. So guess what? I get to do it again. And I don't even know what time it is. 11, 12, who knows? What I do know is I've been out here all day. Motor's assembled. All the front accessories, except for the power steering pump, is on because the power steering pump's still hooked up in the truck. Clutch is in, bell housing's on. As my mama would say, PTL, which is praise the Lord. She's all bolted up with my extra set of hands there. Got up, worked out, hadn't even took a shower yet. This thing was on my nerves last night when I just called it a night because I was hungry. Come out here, pull the clutch back off, realign the dual disc, McLeod, got the old Silver Sport, got everything lined up. She's bolted together, y'all. I think I know what's next. Yeah, got a little wound there. That's what happens when you work on this stuff. Well. How about that? She's a long way from done, but she's sitting in the hole. And as y'all have been seeing from the slow-mo, had to fight with the headers a little bit. Doing this by yourself sometimes is really tricky because you need to hold the header up and somebody needs to start a bolt or whatever. Now the headers are a long way from done. John from Boosted Motorsports, if you watched that video when we tore BabyD down, when we burned the piston up, he's like, we can pull the heads off with the headers on it. I thought was ridiculous and crazy, but he was right. You can pull the heads off with the headers. Getting to the bolts on the headers is a job. You got to take the inner fenders out. You got to be a contortionist. But the first time I ever put this motor in, not this motor, but the first time we put a hemi into BabyD, I just put it in there because I was amazed that it fit. And then I wrestled for hours to get the headers in because you basically had to pick the motor up on one side, then the other. Long story short, what I did was wrestle the headers in place. Now I've got to get under the truck, get the cross member in it, take the inner fender out, and once I get the inner fender out, I can wrestle the bolts back in there. But I don't have to wrestle the headers up in to the truck. Back to work, y'all. This is getting good. We are oh so close, y'all. Check this out. Police car motor's in, wiring's done, front belt's on, the headers are on. Talked about that a little bit. I got those all bolted up. I love having the lift. That made such a difference putting the headers on, because I don't know how much you can see this. I'm gonna grab a light. So with the lift, putting the headers on, you can just raise this thing up, and not sure how well you can see that. So yes, those 3 bolts are easy. That one back there, not so much. There's one over in there. Not even sure you can see it. Anyway, so climbing under the truck makes getting the bottom ones a little easier. Kind of the same thing on this side, but having the lift, being able to put it wherever you want. To be honest, this side is much easier. Headers fit so nice though. It's just a matter of doing it a few times so that you know where to put your hands, what tools to use, that sort of thing. So with all that being said, I'm at a stopping point. If you followed along on this build, you know that this thing had an oil cooler that went essentially underneath the oil filter. So this is the piece where the oil filter bolts went up through that cooler into the block. I ordered one of these over a week ago, still waiting on it. Truth be told, that's the holdup at the moment. I got to make a list. There's a ton of other things that's got to be done. But I got to say this. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, following, subscribing, and keeping up with the BabyD project. I'm loving all the comments. Can't wait to see all the comments for the things I should have done and I didn't, or the things I did right, that sort of thing. But I appreciate you guys watching. See you in the next one.